Just Right for Christmas. Just Right for Christmas by Bertie Black, illustrated by Rosalind Beershaw. It was Christmas Eve, and snow was falling as the king strolled around the market. What shall he see but a huge roll of beautiful bright red cloth? "Oh," he said, "that cloth is so red and soft and Christmassy. It will be just right for a grand cloak for the princess." And so he bought it and took it back to his castle. In the castle, the king's sewing maids snipped and sewed and snipped. By lunchtime, they had made a beautiful long cloak for the princess. The king was delighted. He wrapped it up in golden paper and silver ribbon. "What shall we do with the scraps?" one of the sewing maids asked. "Oh, just bundle them up and put them outside the back door," said the king. Jenny, the castleman's kitchen maid, had finished work for the day. What should she see on her way home but a big, beautiful, bright red scraps? "Oh," she said, "that cloth is so red and soft and Christmassy. It will be just right to make a jacket for my mom." When Jenny got home, she snipped and sewed and snipped and sewed, and by dinner time she'd made a pretty red jacket for her mom. She was very happy, and she wrapped it up in red paper with the green ribbon. Then she bundled up the little scraps and put them outside the back door so her mom wouldn't see them. Bernie Badger trotted past Jenny's house. What should he see but a little bundle of beautiful red scraps? "Oh," he said, "that cloth is so red and soft and Christmassy. It would be just right to make a hat for my pa." When Bernie got home, he snipped and sewed and snipped and sewed. By the time the clock was striking 6, he had made a nice red hat for his pa. He smiled and he wrapped it up in some brown paper and tied it with string. Then he bundled up the tiny scraps and put them outside the back door. Samuel Squirrel bounded past Bertie's house. Suddenly he stopped. What should he see but a tiny, beautiful, big, bright red scraps? "Oh," he said, "that cloth is so red and soft and Christmassy. It would be just right to make a pair of gloves for my wife." When Samuel got home, he snipped and sewed and snipped and sewed. And by the time the moon was rising, he'd made a beautiful pair of gloves for his wife. He wrapped them up in a leaf and tied them up in the parcel with a piece of dried grass. "It's just as well I've made her something to keep her hands warm," he said. "This winter wind is so chilly." A gust picked up the tiny scrap of red cloth that was left over and blew it out the window, where it fluttered to the snowy ground. It was nearly midnight when Millie Mouse plodded past Samuel's house. She was tired and cold, and the snow was falling on her ears and whiskers. She had been looking for a nut to give to little Billy for Christmas, but she couldn't find one. As she passed the bottoms of Samuel's tree, she saw something red sticking out of the snow. What could it be? It was the tiny scrap of cloth. "Oh," she said, "that cloth is so soft and red and Christmassy. It will be just right to make a scarf for my Billy." Billy was asleep when Millie got home. She snipped and sewed and snipped and sewed, and by the time the candle had burned low, she'd made a cozy scarf for Billy. She didn't have anything to wrap it in, but she folded it carefully and put it under her tiny sprig of Christmas tree. On Christmas morning, the princess opened her huge gold present, and Jenny's ma opened her big red present, and Bertie's pa opened his small brown present, and Samuel's wife unwrapped her leaf, and Millie gave little Billy his scarf. Each present was so soft and red and Christmassy and felt just right. Just how Christmas should feel.